All right. All right. So we are going to start with Power BI, Power Query today. We already touched on all the basics of Power BI, all the things you need to know, the theoretical part of Power BI. So, but one I didn't talk about is data types. I didn't mention it because we already know data types. But because we are still going to come across data type both in Power BI, both in SQL, so it's good that we just keep repeating it, keep touching on it. So it sticks to your mind by default. You don't even need to think. Once you see any kind of data, you already know that this is this type of data type. So there are so many different data types that we use in both SQL and Power BI, but the basic one are the ones that we are going to be these are the ones that reoccurring ones that you're going to be meeting every time, every now and then. We have the string, also called text, like your normal text. These are just your normal text, okay? Like your normal text. And what are text? Text are those your letters, like your name, anything that has normal name like Chris. This is a text. All right. If you have Mr. Marco, this is a text, name of a person. If you have clothes, anything, all these are text, they are called string. And then when you have numbers, so in Power BI, in Excel, number is just numbers, all right? So number is when you have like your normal numbers, they are numbers. Then in Excel, I think it's the same thing with Excel and Power BI. When you have inside numbers, you can have your whole number. You can also have your decimal. So you can also have your decimal. So your whole number is when you have like one, like when you have maybe two. When you have just complete number, it can be 1,000, can be any number at all. It can be 200, it can be 300. Then decimal is when you have maybe 2.3. Like when you have them like this, when you have maybe 100.23. Once it has this decimal point, it is called decimal number. Then you have your floating number. So that float is when you now have a floating number, when you have a floating number, then you know it is. So most people argue that decimal and floating numbers are the same, but they are not. So decimal, you have specified number of decimal places that you can have, but floating number it doesn't have limit. You can have as many as you can have. You can have maybe 0.00095, something like this. It's a floating number. It accommodates more numbers. So uh you need to know all of this not data type. Then when you now have something like formatic, you can see that here we have both string and number inside this name. So you can have something like um let me see 1 2 3 daily. You can see all these things are still once Excel, whether Excel or Power BI or SQL, once they see anything down like this, they classify it as string, even though it has a number inside, but it classifies it as a string. So anything like this is a string. And even when you have a number like this, maybe you want to write 3,000, this is 3,000. This is a number, right? But when you have 3,000 like this, it is no longer number. It will be stored as string in Power BI when you have this comma here. So once it is not a number like this in SQL and in Power BI, this is a number. But once you try to put this thing by yourself, it is no longer a number. It will be recognized as string. So once you have anything in between, maybe you have three, anything like what once is not a clear number like this or float or integer or sorry or decimal, it is classify as text. So you also have your varchar, the one that you know as your ID, the one you usually use as your ID. Then you also have your dates. This is very important also, dates. So this is your dates. You have maybe 20th, then of today is 7/2025. Good. So this is your date. It sees it as a date. This is Excel sees this as a date. Power BI also sees this as a date. All right. And then many other type, you also have your short dates, your long dates, and all of that. So if you come here in Excel, you can see that these are all the different currency. You also have currency. Once you format this, now let me format it. Once you format, please, I shouldn't be doing we shouldn't be doing this now. Once you come here, just turn off your mic by default. But at this stage, we shouldn't be reminding you. Once you come to the class, turn off your data. Any meeting you go to, any online meeting, turn off your data. All right. I think we're having a back. I don't know why. So, but now, once you have this, if you format this now, let's format this as maybe dollars. If I come here and format it as currency, um, currency, it's going to be in naira here. So I'll just put it naira. This is 200 naira. So I can also change it to dollars. Maybe come here, change it to English dollars. It turns to $200, right? So once I do this, it is no longer number. It has gone off. It's no longer whole number. It is no longer decimal. It is no longer float. It is now currency. The data type has turned to currency, all right? And so many other ones. So you're going to come across all of these. That's why I just like to point it out when we begin to do Power BI. So let's jump into Power BI properly. And then I decided to start with Power Query because Power BI is all about Power Query. Everything about Power BI is Power Query, all right? Because Power Query is like the engine that controls Power BI, because some Power Query that you're going to do all of your analysis, your visualization, your analysis, your data cleaning, and all of that, your loading. It is when you now load it into Power BI that you begin to visualize. So Power BI basically, just like I've always said from the beginning, is a visualization tool. You just have your visuals, your charts. Yeah. So, but the place where you do and doing visual and chart is not really what you do as a data analyst. That's not really what you do. They have, most times they used to have visualization experts, which you are going to be anyway, but that's not the main thing. What are you visualizing if you have not analyzed the data? Nobody's going to give you a clean data to visualize. Nobody's going to do that. So your job is actually to do the actual work, which is cleaning that data, analyzing that data, and then before you go ahead to clean. And this is where it happens in Power Query, what we call Power Query. So what is this Power Query all about? Let me just briefly explain it before we jump into Power BI. So for my explanation here, Power Query is a data transformation and data preparation engine. It comes with a graphical interface for getting data from sources and a Power Query editor for applying transformation. So now Power BI has just like I think Excel doesn't really have how to get your data source, how to get your data source. So basically, for you to bring in any data into Excel, it must be in the Excel format, the Excel. Yeah, the XSLX, that XLS extension, that Excel extension. Once your computer sees any file with that extension, it automatically loads it into Excel. Just like when it sees anyone with JPEG or PNG, it already knows that. I think maybe in one of these classes will explain all this data conversion from Excel to CSV, from CSV to, so that you understand all of them. So, but once your computer sees anyone that has doc as the extension, it will automatically open it with MS Word. So Excel, it does not really have that data source thing. All right. But when we jump into Power BI, you're going to see that Power BI has a data source. It has an interface for getting data from several sources. You can get data from multiple sources, from Excel, from CSV, from online, from SQL, and all of that. So this is a transformation engine. Like this is what Power BI uses to transform data into visualizable data that you can actually visualize. So it is Power Query that does that. I'm just taking time to explain this because this is like the main engine of Power BI. Excel also have Power Query. I didn't touch on Excel Power Query while we were doing Excel because I wanted to discuss it when we get to Power BI, and here we are already. So because the engine is available in many products and services, the destination where the data will be stored depends on where Power Query was used. So when I talk about products and services, I'm talking about softwares, online platforms. Power BI itself is a service, like is a product, is a software. So you have the Power BI service and the Power BI desktop. So because it's an online service, okay, when if you work on your data inside Power BI, it is going to be stored in your Power BI desktop. Of course, I'm still going to show you how to locate your file in your system. It always tries to store your data in your system C drive. That is your internal memory, right? So, but you can also push your Power BI to the online service. Okay, let me just quickly go to uh Power BI itself so that we'll stop all of this problem, all of this long story, because it's already boring. But finally, just before we go, I want to tell you about ETL. Using Power BI query, you can perform ETL. ETL simply means you're going to come across ETL everywhere you go as a data analyst. In fact, some job description will want someone that has experience with ETL. It's a very popular acronym in data analysis or data analytics. You're going to come across it. So it simply means extract, transform, and load. That is what ETL mean. ETL processing, data analysis. So this ETL is basically what you do with Power Query. You're going to extract data, you're going to transform it, and then load it onto Power BI to start visualizing your data. All right, so let's jump into Power BI and see all of these things in action. So you remember after the download, the video I gave you to download, you downloaded it and you have your Power BI here in your desktop. So we are just going to launch it. To launch your Power BI, simply double tap on it, wherever it is in your laptop. I also have one here in my tax bar. You can put it on your tax bar to always have it. You can see it now. I have my SQL, I have my Excel, and those are just my visualization tool and all that. So it will take a while to launch. This is how it launches, a Microsoft product. So you just allow it to load. The application wasn't able to start correctly. Okay, so I think I already have one in my system, so I'm just going to load that one. I just installed this one to show you how to do it. So I'm going to just try to launch this one that I already have in my system and see if it's going to work. So it's basically the same thing. There's no difference. But meanwhile, while this one is installing, let me see if I can go to my control panel and uninstall this one because I can't. I think this one has launched. I'll uninstall the other one later. So this is how it launch. As you can see, this is the interface of Power BI. So you have it will bring you here. This is just like your recent work. First of all, it will want you to import data. You can import data through all of these means, as you can see here. Then it's to show you recommendation. All these ones are previous jobs that you've done inside your Power BI. You can see them all here. So it's going to bring them up for you in case you want to click on any of them. You can also click here, open, to access any file you have in your system and bring it into Power BI, or any of your previous Power BI work, sorry. But most of the times you're going to use this blank report. That is, you're starting from a blank sheet. So you just click on this one and it brings you to the main Power BI interface. And this is how Power BI looks. So you can see my name here because I'm signed in. So your own is going to be, because it's the first time you're coming here, I wanted to use that one that I installed new, but it didn't launch because I already have this one installed in my system, maybe. That's why. If not, it will have been just exactly like your own. But here you're going to see sign in. Sign in, okay? So it's going to prompt you to sign in. The reason why I'm signed in is because I have a work email. So Power BI is not is designed for is a workplace platform, like a workspace platform. It's used by mostly enterprises, offices, companies, businesses, okay? So it's not just a normal software that anybody can use. For you to be able to access Power BI or create a account or access Power BI service, you must have a work email. That is, you must be working for an organization. I'm still going to show you how to get a work email in case you don't have anyone. So you'll be able to create an account with your work email. All right. If you don't have a work email, you cannot have a Power BI service account. However, your Power BI is going to work. Everything is going to be working, even without signing up or having a work email or signing up. The only thing is that you cannot publish to your online service. Like, you cannot publish your work to the Power BI service or Power BI online. All right. But you can have all of your work, everything you've done on your desktop. You can save it on your desktop. You can do all the whole thing 100%. You have access to all the features of this Power BI desktop on your desktop. All right. So without creating an account, you are still good to go. You can still do everything you want, unless you want to upload to Power BI service, and that is it. So now this is the interface, just like your Excel or just like every other Microsoft platform. You have all of these things. You have your file. This is where you access. See, you can save your work. You can access other data. You can share. You can import. That is just like normal file in Excel. Then in your home, you have the actual interface where you're going to be working. This is where you're going to be most of the times. This is where your report is going to be, or your dashboard is going to be. Then this is here where you are now. Then this is table. When we import a table, like when you have data sets, this is where your data sets, you're going to see all your data set, all the columns, all the rows, everything. Then this is the model view. It's also called schema. This schema is going to be table connection. It's going to show you how your tables are related to each other through primary keys and foreign keys. So we're still going to get to that. All right. We're still going to get to that. It's more theoretical anyway, but I think a lot of people just wanted to see, what is this Power BI? What is this Power BI? That's why I'm bringing you to this point. If not, we'll still be doing a lot of theories, learning table relationship, learning table connections, learning data types, all of that. We're still going to do it in between, but let's just fast track it, okay? Because we have about 2 or 3 weeks for Power BI. So then this is it about this side. Let's do this. Down here, you can switch to mobile view, you can switch to, but most of the times you'll be in your desktop view. There's no point checking mobile view, obviously. Then this is the page where we are, just like your Excel. You have your what? Your workbook. These are the different workbook. You have the worksheets. Sorry, this is like the workbook in Excel, and this is the worksheet. So you can have as many pages as you want. You can see, you can create more pages. You can even rename them to anything. Just double tap and then rename. And you can also close them. All right. So each one you want to delete, you can delete anyone that you want to delete. So it's just similar to Excel. All right. Um, I just wanted to start here so it doesn't scare you. See that it's already what you know. And then you can also see here we have the home tab. inside the home tab, this is where you can get your data. See, when you click on this get data, this is just like normal English. There's no coding or anything. You can see the name here is get data. So you can get data from Excel. So if the data you're going to be working on is an Excel file, then you use this Excel. How do you know if it's an Excel file? Obviously, it will be saved with .x. Let's see if we can see some of let me just click on anything. Then we go to desktop. Then we come to here. So you can see Excel file. This is your assignment. You can see that anytime you see XLSX, it is Excel. If it is CSV, you see .csv. It is CXV, right? So this is Excel. If it is Power BI file, this is a Power BI file. You can see this is a PowerPoint file, .ppt. If it is Microsoft Word, it's going to be doc, right? Doc. Now you are seeing X. So this is an Excel file. Before you bring in the data, you already know that this is an Excel file, right? So you're going to choose Excel, that you want to bring in an Excel file, right? So it is going to be Excel. Then if it is a Power BI file, maybe the file that you already have saved in Power BI, then you can use this one, data flow, data vars, SQL server. It's an SQL file. I'll also show you how to connect SQL to Power BI when we get there. Then text, if it's a CXV file. So I'm going to teach you the difference between the CSV and Excel file. That's really different. This one is just normal text. So, but this is normal Excel. Then if it's from the web, these are different sources, and you can even get more. There are more sources. If you click on more, you can get from different other sources, okay? Then this one is Excel workbook, obviously. Then OneLake, SQL Server, and all these different things you can see. So when you start doing your visualization, like when you start creating report and building dashboard, you can see all these are tools like that one we have in Excel where we designed our dashboard and all that. So you can have your new visual, you can have your text if you want to write. Then transform. We are going to get to this shortly. Then all this and all that. Cool. You also have your insert. You can bring in pictures. You can bring in visual. You can bring in a couple of things. You can see shape. You can see images. If you want to use logo, then you can bring even GIF. So many things you can do. Then, like if you already have a template that you want to use, you can also insert it. Then modeling is just similar to what we had here. All right. And then view. This is your design. When it comes to designing your dashboard, making it look good, this is where you come to optimize and then help. So this is basically all the tabs you have here. Then down here by the right, this is the main place. This is like the main thing. So you have this one. I just collapsed this one. This is like applying your filter. Remember in Excel where you have your sorting, where you have your filter, all of those. Like if you want to get when we got the top 10, the top 100, the top 5, all of that. So this is where you do all of those kind of things in your filter. So when we start fully, you're going to see all these things in action. Then your visual is the major place. This is the Oga of them all. This is where the magic happen. This is where everything is. These are all your charts, all of your charts. This dashboard, this is where you're going to create it from. So if you want to have your bar chart, you can see. You just click on it. This is bar chart already. If you want to have your column chart, this is your column chart already. You can see that. If you want to have your clustered, this one is clustered bar chart. If you want your stacked bar chart, you can see. On clicking, you can see the name on it, 100% stacked bar chart. Then if you want to have your line charts, if you want to have your area charts, then you want to have your stacked area charts. You can see different area charts. If you want to have your scattered plots, you can see your scattered plots. So many of them. If you want to have your pie charts, your donut charts, you can see. Then if you want to have your tree map, this tree map, we're also going to use it. Then if you want to have your map, this is your map. If you want to do a geographical data, your GIS, This is it. Then you also have this your normal field map. Then you have so many amazing charts that you're going to use. You have this your gauge. Then you have your, this is one of the most important thing here, your card. This card is like, if you want to, we're going to put this into play when we start, but this card is just like showing your showing data like at a glance. You want to show total sales that was made, total customers we had for the month and all that. You use your cards to do that. Then you have a lot of things here that will, then you have automate, power automate, and so many other things. So that you have that you're going to be using. So you have more flexibility, like you're more flexible. You can, do a lot more things than Excel here in Power BI. Then you have your data. This your data is where you're going to have the data that you imported, the data that you're working on. All right, this is where you're going to have it. And that is all about that. Now, remember we talked about Power Query. Now, where is that Power Query here? Because we didn't even mention it. We didn't even see it. Where is that Power Query? So you can collapse any of this thing. Now, this is where it comes in. Let's look for a data to work on. Let's look for a data to import into this Power BI. Okay. So let's see that our Excel, let's see the file we have. Let's see the data first before we open it. So let's say we want to look at let me see if we have any data. I want to know, okay, let me show you how to get data. Let me show you how to get data online. Any data set you want to work on. So let me show you how to get it so that in case you want to practice on your own, you won't have to be waiting for me to send you data sets. So when you come to your Google, just go to Kaggle, Kaggle like this. Just type Kaggle like this. You can see it's a data science company. So this company, they have data sets uploaded online for everybody to, use both real time. In fact, they upload data set every second of the day. So when you click on it, come to Kaggle. It's Kaggle, sorry, not Kaggle. I made a mistake. This is the correct one, Kaggle. Then you click on Kaggle, this first one, machine learning data set. So once you come to their website, you're going to see loads and loads and loads of data. Level up with largest AI. That's something I didn't show you in that Power BI. This is Copilot. You must have been hearing of Copilot. So this is the AI part of Power BI. All right. So this Copilot can help you do all of your job. So if you now go and use Copilot, it will do your job for you. Like, instead of you starting from scratch to analyze, do this one. This Copilot is the AI part of, just import your data sets and tell it what you want to do. It will automatically do your analysis, do your data cleaning, do your visualization, everything for you. All of them done for you by AI. All right. So, but don't use it. You're still learning, so you need to learn before you start using. So this is it. So first of all, you need to register. It will prompt you to register, but let's see what is there. You can see competition, you can see data set, you can see model. So you're interested in data set, click on data set, then it brings you to data set. You can see if you want to analyze Uber data set, if you want to analyze any different kind of data set are here, all so many of it. You can see unlimited number of data sets. So you just come here and search for what you want. So you can see we want data set. Let me say I want to work on Titanic data set. Titanic is a very popular movie, right? So we want to work on their data set. Just come here and click on it and search. So it's going to search for data. You can see Titanic data set. Let me just click on it. So to give you a brief explanation of the data set, I took the Titanic test file and all of that. So you can see this is the popular Titanic data set, passenger ID. You can see survive. Those people that in that Titanic, those people that survive, those people that are alive that that died inside the Titanic, those people that took first class, second class, third class, name of passengers, total. So there are so many. Look at the data set. Let's download it, in fact, and start to work on it. Maybe that's what we may even use for to this class. Then I'll just come to download. You can see download here. Click on download. So because we didn't create an account, it will still prompt us to create an account. I can copy the data sets here anyway, but let's download it as a zip file. Then it's prompting us to create an account. I'll just click on sign in with Google. Then I'm going to just choose my email. I use my email, click on continue, and that's it. I've signed up in that account. So Data Africa Academy, yes. Email Kaggle, okay, yes. Click on next. They're trying to sign me up. So I'm going to agree to their terms. And then I am signed up. They've signed me up already. So I'm just going to dismiss this one. I think I downloaded the data before. Let me download again. Click on download. Click on download. So the data has been downloaded as a zip file in my laptop. So I just come to my download, come to download here. You can see that file here, zip. So whenever you download a zip file like this, so you just unzip it, click here, go to extract all. Then when you click on extract all, it is going to, this is the directory where it will be saved in your system. Then I'm going to extract. So once you extract, you can see it is now in a normal data set. So I can click, double tap on it. It's a CSV file. You can see that it's a CSV file. See the file here. It's so big, about 400 and something, 418. So it told us that it's 418 here, right? If you check, let's see. If you check here, it says 418 here, 418 unique values. So it is 418. So now we know how to get data set, right? Look at it, 418. So we can start analyzing this data. So this is a CSV file. Let me save it as an Excel file. Remember I told you CSV is different from Excel. And I'm going to show you, let me quickly even show you. For Excel, XL, SX, this is Excel, right? And this is CSV. So the difference is that Excel has formats, like Excel has all of these things. Like you can see that this one is heading. All these ones are heading. Let's even put it as a heading. Control bold. So Excel has all of this. You can see these calibrations, this table. You can see all of this table. You can even have color. You can have images, all of these things. Excel has all those things already. But CSV is just a normal plain text. It doesn't have any design. No, if you convert this to CSV, if you open this as a CSV file, let's see. Let me see if I can see my notes. I think this is notepad. Your system has a notepad. This is how CSV opens, like normal. Let's copy that one, Let's copy this one. Instead of downloading, let's copy. Because it's a CSV file, see how it's going to be. Let's paste. This is how CSV file. It doesn't have any line, no table, no calibration, nothing, just normal text. So CSV files are lighter, while Excel files are heavier. So this is 12 kilobytes. If it were to be an Excel file, it would be around 1 MB or even more, because it has all of those formatting, all of those things. All right, so but the good thing, you can convert from one file type to another. So this one is downloaded as CSV. Now let's convert it to Excel. So converting, simply come here when you want to save as. Let's save it in our data freak training. Then I'll just come here and then change it to Titanic, maybe the name. Titanic. The spelling is not okay. Okay. So I'll change it to Titanic. Now, this has not changed the name, the format. It is still a CSV. I'll click here to select the type I want. If I want to save it as PDF, I'll use PDF. If I want to change it to any of these file formats, but I want to save it as Excel, XLXS. I'll choose this one, then I'll save. Once I save it, it automatically changes to Excel file. So now let's go to our Power BI and see if we can import that file so that I'll use it to teach you what I want to show you. So here we'll come here. I can bring it in as text file, right? As a CSV file because we'll have it in both CSV and Excel, but I choose to bring it up as Excel. So I'll be careful because I have it as CSV and I also have it as Excel, right? So I'll come to my desktop. I'll come to here. So you can see Titanic, right? This is Titanic as Excel file. So I'll select it and I'll load. Now it is bringing it in connecting. So when it brings it in, that is when Power Query comes up. All right. So it is a Excel file. This is a table. It comes just as one table because it's an Excel file. So let me bring up the CSV file and show you the difference. When we bring it up as CSV, then we go to, I think that one is in our download. Is it here? Archive. Yeah, look at it, CSV file. Then it comes in. If it's a CSV file, it is going to give us two tables. Okay, you can see it comes in straight because it didn't come with any format. It just comes in straight as a CSV, but it's supposed to give us two tables anyway. But however, if it comes in here like this, you can see the table already. You can see all the different rows of that table and the different columns. But if you now look down here, you're going to see load, you're going to see transform, you're going to see cancel. This cancel will remove everything and take us back to where we came from. This load is going to load it automatically into your Power BI, and then you start visualization. Meaning that before you can use this load, it means that your data set is clean. Remember what I told you from the beginning of this class, that every data analyst spend 80% of their time cleaning data. Visualization is not really a big deal because once your data is clean, it's just to bring in charts, put in arrange it, make it look good, put a title to it, and then you visualize your data. The main job is in cleaning the data and analyzing it. So while you're cleaning, you're also analyzing. Then, or when you're visualizing, you're also analyzing, something like that. But the major work is in cleaning because nobody is going to give you a clean data, just like I told you. So you only load if you are sure that your data is clean. But how can you be sure without going through it? So the first thing you need to do is to be sure. So what do? We come to transform. Transform simply means going through the data, cleaning it, transforming it, like transforming it from the dirty data to a clean data before loading it to Power BI. So you always transform before loading. So I click on transform. Then once you click on that transform, that is where Power Query comes into play. Automatically, you can see the name here, Power Query Editor. So this is now where Power Query comes in. Remember, we said that Power Query is a search, is an engine that is used to transform data in Power BI. So we are now in Power Query, not in Power BI. So Power BI is different from Power Query. Don't mix them up, please. So as you can see now, we now have a different whole new tab. Look at transform, add column, view, tool, all of these things, and all these things have also changed. This is the one of Power BI. This is the one of Power Query. All right. So now here you have your close and apply. So you use this button when you have finished doing everything you're doing, and now use this one. Then new source, if you want to bring in a second data set again, you can bring in as many data sets as you want. Then recent, enter data, all of these things, we're going to see how they work. So if you want to refresh, you can use this one to refresh, manage parameter, all of these things, they are all for you to use, and we're going to use a couple of them. Then you also have rows, you have I'm not seeing this thing is covering my, okay. Why do I keep it? Let me keep it here. Okay. So you have your key pro and all these things. Then you have, let me not waste much time. There's one important part I want to show you. So here you also have, after this, your FX, you also have your, what is it called? Just like you have it in Excel, your calculation column, your formula bar, sorry, yeah, your formula bar is also here. So you can also write formulas, you can also write, we call it DAX function, but we're going to get to that towards the end of Power BI so that you don't get confused. This is like the programming part of Power BI. Then and all of that. So you have your columns. These are the different columns of your data sets. Just the exact way we saw it in Excel. That is how it brings it here for us. Just the same exact way. It brings it here through Power Query for us. Then let's look at the data again in Excel. Okay, we already saw it in Excel anyway. Now, this is an important part of Power Query. Let me expand this thing so that it's not showing Power BI. You will know that it's completely Power Query. So look at one important part of Power Query, this applied step. What does this apply step do? This apply step is going to show you every single thing you do. Here, Control Z does not work in Power Query. This is your Control Z. Every single thing you do, it will pick it and record it for you here. You can go by if you want to cancel whatever, maybe you made a mistake, you can just come here and cancel. See. So source, you can see everything we've done so far. It has recorded it, even though we've not done anything yet, but it has recorded even the little ones we did. What did it record? The first one is promoted header. After we source, this source means we brought in data from a source. It recorded it. The second one is promoted header. So when you go to your Excel, I was expecting someone to ever ask us all through our Excel time that why is this header the first row? Like when I counted the number of row we have here, total row that we have here is 419, but I told you it is 418. Why? Because the first row is recognized as the header. So one, it is total number minus the header because your data starts from here, not from this header. So the column name is usually the header, like the column names, like is always the header of the table, right? So you know that this column is a passenger ID, you know that this column is survive, this column is, something like that. You can see that. So this first row is always the uh this first row is always the name, the column header, something like that. Column header, yeah. In Excel. So in Power Query, when you bring in data into Power Query, what it does is, this is it. What it does is automatically takes the first row as your headers, like automatically, even if it is not your header, it will first of all take the first row as your header name. So you can see it has taken it passenger ID, survived, classes, and all that. It automatically takes the first row as your header. It promotes it as a header. Now, if it doesn't do that, you can also do that by yourself. You can see here that says, I'm not seeing, something is covering. You can see here that say use first row as header. Use first row as header. So if your own does not automatically pick the first row as header and promote it for you, you can also come here and do it manually by yourself and say use first row as header. You can also see that in transform. You click on transform, you can see where is it? Use first row as header. Look, see here. So if your own does not automatically, there's a way you can set it. I'll still show you when we go back to Power BI where you can automatically set your Power BI to do all of these things automatically. But by default, you don't need to set it. It does it by, it's already preset by the developer to do some certain things automatically for you. So, and one of those things is to take your first row as header because by default, your first row should not naturally be your header. You cannot come and have your header in the third row. Like it doesn't make sense, right? So it records that. Then the second thing it did without we telling it to do it for us is changed data type. So when you're cleaning your data, the first thing you do is to check the data types and make sure they are correct, right? So you check each column to know the data type and make sure they collect. So once you put a data in this Power Query, automatically Power Query will try to go through the data. That's why you saw it loading. It took a while to load. The first thing it will do after taking the first row as header is to check each column. It will go through each column to check the data type in each of those columns and automatically assign data type to it. So it will come here and see that, oh, everything here is a number. Like it will go through each of the row one by one very fast and make sure they are all number, because before it will now say this is number. It will go through one. If it detects any one, like one single one, it detects any one that is not, maybe it has been seeing 010101 here and now sees something else, it will mark this one as string or text. So this is to tell you that it goes through the row one by one, no matter the number, even if it's 1 million rows, it goes through all of them to check the data type for you and change it automatically. All right. So, but still, as a data analyst, you must have to go through it and make sure that Power Query did not make any mistake. So now let's start cleaning this data. Maybe if we are fast enough, we'll be able to clean the data and then call it a night. But if we are not, I just hope we are. So I'm going to be very fast. Can you still hear me, please? Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can,
All
sir.
right,
Thank you.
thank you. So let's start with the cleaning. Remember, the first thing that you start with is to make sure that all your data types are correct. If it is not correct, then you're making a mistake. So, and this is it. When you come to Power Query, there are also some settings. Let me see if we can add some of these settings. Like view, if you go to view, you can add more things. Like you can add, excuse, please, I'll call you back, ma'am, in a meeting. So you can see you can add a show white space. The white space you're seeing, if you remove it, you can see there's no white space again. If you add it, the white space is there. Then see, I want to show column quality. So this column quality is, let me add it. You can see now, this column quality, these things I just don't like using it because I just know everything by myself already. But as a beginner, I can always add it. So this column quality means if, remember I told you it's going to go through everything automatically. So if it goes through anything and detects anything, it is going to mark it for you. If it is red, it's going to show this error, or empty. If it finds any empty cell or anything, it's going to mark it for you. So, but you can see our column is 100, everything here is 100. It has gone through it and saw that everything here is number, though we marked it as 100. You can see our this in column quality, we don't have any issue. All of them are 100 valid. You can also add this one, column distribution. You can see it will help you to see the quality of your column, that everything is okay. You can see 41 distinct. It can show you more information about your column without you having to scroll. It will show you that you have 418 distinct values. Here, it can show you that you have 2 distinct value and 0 unique value. So what it means, distinct value means exact, like 010101. You don't have any unique value, like you don't have any abnormal value. They are all distinct. Each row has a different value. This one is 0, this one is 1, this one is 0, something like that. Then here it shows you that you have 3 distinct value and no unique. So this one it shows you. So this is just like see more information up instead of scrolling to see everything yourself. You have seen everything here. So this one tells you that it has 80 distinct value and 27 unique value. Unique and distinct. So the age column, 80, 19% distinct, 27% unique. So you can also remove duplicate. So this, I think maybe this thing means duplicate or something, but unique and distinct, I think they are basically the same thing. But it is showing you that you have 27. Now look at this one. Look at this information, the quality here. It says you have 21% of your data as empty. So if you now go into the data, you can see you have null values. You can see. So null. So it means you have 27 null. This thing means it is showing the I think you can see 24.7. You can literally see numbers, right? Like both whole number and all that, and the both whole number and the decimal numbers. Then you have 27 unique, which is empty. So this empty is pointing it out for you here. So the same thing here, you can see 100% valid. So this is just a way of you, but me, I don't like those things that like distraction to me, so I just remove them. So now let's look at the data type, first of all. So here we are supposed to have numbers, right? So this is like the ID. So it is seen it as numbers. So you come here, if you click on this number, this is the sign of number. Look at their different symbols here. This one means decimal. Any column that is decimal, any column you see this 1.2, it means, so let's see if we have any column like that. So you can see this one 1.2, it means it has recognized this column as a word decimal. And I don't know why age should be decimal. So if you come here, decimal, then anywhere it says currency, if you're dealing with the sales data, it's going to take it as decimal. You see, it will be this sign here. All these places will be this sign. So if you see this 1, 2, 3 like this is a whole number, it means that thing is a whole number. So this row, it has gone through the row and saw that everything here is a whole number, and it gave you a whole number. Then if it's percentage, it should be there. If it's date, to show you that this column is date, it will show this symbol. If it is date, like if it is date time, I already told you what date time is. Date that has time, like it will show you that it's date time. If it is normal date, it will show you. If it is just time, it will show you. If it is duration text, it will show you that it's text. Look at the symbol for text, ABC. So you can see that this one, it saw this one as text, it's ABC. It saw this one as text, it's ABC. So now let's start going through to see. Now this one, you saw it as a whole number, so we'll leave it at that. This is just ID, so we are not even going to use it for anything. So basically, we'll leave it as that. It's okay. Then survived. So it means that Titanic, those people, when the ship sank, some people survived and some people died, right? So that's why you're seeing 0. 0 is for those people that died. From our data set, if we go back to that cargo, you see where I think this data set is supposed to come with that something they call data summary or something, but I think we need to download it as well. But let's just check it on Google instead of downloading and wasting our time. So you can see for passenger ID, this is passenger ID. For 0, you can see 0 means dead, those people that died. Then 1 means those people that are alive. That's what it means. I mean, so good. Now, survived, those people that died, the title is even supposed to be, anyway, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 here. So this data type is correct. It got it as whole number. It's correct. Then this is, sorry, let me leave it where it is. Then P class. This P class means passengers class. Then it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it is correct, the data set. I'm just focusing on data set alone. I'll still come back to other things. Then the name, of course, is correct. Then the sex is correct. Male, female is correct. So the next one is the age. Age is decimal. Age cannot be decimal. Can somebody be 34.5 years old, 47, This one is null. This one is, so I think age should not be, I don't know. I know people can be for 34.5, that is 34 and a half years, but we don't recognize that. It's either you're 34 or 35 years, right? So if you're 34.5, it means you're 34 years, 6 months. So we still say that you're 34 until you do your 35th birthday. Then we'll start knowing that you're 35. So it is wrong. Therefore, I'm going to change this one to whole number. Age is supposed to be whole number. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, we'll come back to it. We already saw one thing that we need to change. Let's check other ones. This is siblings and parents, yeah. This is whole number is correct. This is parents and what is this? Let's go back and check. This data set. Let's go down to the extreme. Okay, we'll go like this. So this is age of passenger. Let's come. This is okay. Number of siblings. This should be parent or child. Okay. Parent or child. Parent or child. Okay, so I know what I'm working on. So this is correct as well. Then this is ticket. Ticket is supposed to be, so because ticket is numbers though, but because of all these characters, it takes it as text, is correct. Then fare, the amount they paid, this is currency, so it's correct. It's correct. So let's see. It's supposed to be currency, right? So now Power BI does not recognize dollar, like putting dollar sign or naira sign, like just like we did in Excel. So you just leave it at number is correct. Then cabin, cabin is the cabin that they sat on. So this one does not have any effect. So we may probably delete this one. Then embarked. What is this embarked? So let's check what it is. In our cargo. So ticket number. Let's see, embarked. That embarked. Those letters there, what do they mean? That's what I'm trying to know. I think the fair. This one ended in fair. So where did our own get that last this thing? Let me see. So I don't know what that means. So maybe I don't even think we need it. We may be needing it. So everything here, the data set is correct except this one. Which one? Except which one again? Age. So we want to change age to, okay, we want to change age now to, it's supposed to be a whole number and uh not decimal, right? So to do that, I am just going to come here and click here and simply choose the type of data set that I want to. I want it to become whole number. I'll click on whole number here to change it to whole number. Now, it cannot, to select column has existing type. So, I'm just going to replace it, replace current. So I've changed it to whole number. So what it did is it will just round everything up for you. It's either rounds it up or down. Do you understand what happened there? It's either round it up or down for you. Excuse me, just give me a minute. Let me switch my light.
I can't hear you. Hello.
Yeah, he said he's going to fix his light or something. So I
Okay,
don't think he's back.
okay.
I think he has paused. He has just paused for a moment.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going back.
Hello, are we still there? Hello?
Yes, yes, well, yes, sir.
Okay, oh, sorry about that interruption. So, you can see what I did. So what Power BI will do is to just round off all those ones. So that's just it. That's the thing it does. So it has converted it now to whole number for us. So we can know that this guy is 34 years, this person is so. So we are done with that data type on. The next thing you do is to check your column names because you want your data to be able to, you want people to be able to see your dashboard or your report. Even when you're not there, you should be able to read the information there. So renaming your table, your column names is very important. So this passenger ID is correct, the way it is. Then survived doesn't make sense. How about those that died? Survived means that everybody here that survived. So we have to rename this one to, let's see, someone should suggest for us. So this thing contains people. 0 is for people that died. 1 is for people that survived, that are alive after the ship sank or sink. Or so which name now should we call this column? Someone can give us a quick name that we can rename it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Survive means that everybody, the number of people that survive, which is not right. So, um, so this is like the people that came out or people
Can
that
use
died.
casualties.
Eh?
Casualties.
Casualty. No, some people did not have any casualty. Some people survived. Some people actually came
Yeah,
out
it's zero
alive.
now. That
Eh?
is written zero, meaning there is no casualty.
What?
Since the
Ah,
number is zero, if
eh.
that means there's no casualty.
You don't get it. Now, that ship, that Titanic ship carried, let's say it carried 418 people. Then it later, something happened, it later sank inside the river, the water, inside the ocean.
Yeah.
And after just like accident that passenger that a bus that's carrying 18 people, it had an accident. After the accident, now those people, some people died, some people survived. That's what it means. So whenever you see 0, it means this person died in that capsizing, in that sinking. This person survived. So this column is telling you the people that survived and the people that are that died in that particular accident. So this column name, let's call it fate. Maybe fate, the fate of the people, of the passengers of that ship. So to rename this thing, all you need to do is just double tap. Just double tap twice and it changes for you to rename it. So I'll call it fate. So the fate of the passengers, or we can call it passengers' fate. Please, someone should come up with something better. I don't trust this my own.
Survive for now.
What? I'm calling it passengers' fate. Do we all agree with this? Someone with a better idea?
I think you should leave it as survive because
Survived.
it means that the passenger ticket number is the first one. Abi. It means that
That
passenger
is
got out of that ship alive.
the people that die, one.
So the
Since
zero shows
sorry,
that
since the
zero
number is zero,
survived.
it means there is
So
no
zero, yeah, that
the
particular person
zero
did not
can
survive.
it can be survivors.
Look. Okay, survivor. No, if we put
Survivors.
survivors, if we mean survivor, it means it's showing only those that survived. This Kelly, Mrs. James died. This person died. This person survived the crash, the accident, the ocean accident. This Miles died. So it's carrying both those people that died and those people that survived. It is when we visualize it that we can now see at a glance. One bar will show the number of people that died. One bar will show the number of people that survived. But here now in the name of this table, this column, I'm looking for what to name it. Passenger's fate, passenger status. No, status doesn't make sense. Passenger's fate. I think we'll go with this one until someone else comes up with something better, right? So P class, P class, P class, someone may not know, so I'll just name it passenger's class. Passenger class. So if you notice the naming convention, you're going to see that I'm using what we call camel case. So you may begin to wonder, why do we, in Excel, you can just name something. Let me not use Excel. In Excel, you can just name this column. You can see, you can even give space. You can just call it maybe passenger, but in Power BI, it's not the same. Passenger's fate. Here now, see, or passenger's class. If it is said, this is okay, it's allowed, but it is not allowed in Power BI or in SQL. So in SQL, you can either use this one. Sorry. It can either be passenger class or use this one. Passenger, then put this hyphen class. No, once you use hyphen, it will be this small letter. It must be like this. So if you use this one in Power BI, in SQL, for example, it means Power BI is going to see this thing as alias. It means you're aliasing this thing. When we get Power BI, you understand what aliasing means. Aliasing means that this is the actual name of this thing, but I don't want to call it this one. I want to give it a guy name or a nickname. It's called alias. So when I call class, it will know that I'm referring to passenger. That's what it will see it as. So you must have to use either camel case or this one. That's how it works. Do you understand? Mr. Sam, I'll call you back. I'm in a meeting now. So that's how it works. So you must adopt any of these two going forward. If you don't want to use this one, it means you have to put it in what? In a quotation, which is not really nice. It's not appropriate. This is a major way. So I prefer this one. I always prefer this one because it's stressful typing this thing. All right. So please take note of that moving forward. As you can see, that's how I'm naming it here. So passenger ID as well. So name, this is the name of the passenger. This is correct. The name is correct there. Then age, this sex. I don't like sex. I prefer gender. Don't know why. Maybe it sounds like a sinner, you know. So gender is more appropriate. Then age is correct. Then sibling, this is siblings. This is parents or child. So let me even explain this data before we proceed. This is talking about those passengers that entered this. This is the passenger ID that entered the ship before it sank. This is just like plane crash. When a plane crash, they will go back to their blind. That's something they call, there's a record, definitely. All those people that booked flights, how they know if everybody in the flight dies, how they know the passengers, that they will go back to their record, those that booked flight for that particular flight. They'll check all the name, check all the detail, because they collected the person's detail. They will now know that these are the actual people that boarded this flight before it crashed. So these are all the people that boarded the ship before that Titanic crash.
Manifest. Mhm.
Exactly. So this is the fate. This is the passenger class. So this class now, you know, they used to have first class, second class, and third class. So some people, they even do it in ship. In plane, it is first class. Those people that enter first class, business class, and economy. Then in this one, it is first class, second class, and third class. Then this is the name of those passengers. Then this is the whether they are male or female.
Gender.
Yeah, this is the age. This is their siblings. So this is like Did they come in? Like if you're booking a flight now, they'll ask you if it's for one adult or in an adult and a child, or if you want to book flight for adult and a dog. So this is for those passengers that have sibling. This person didn't have any sibling, he entered alone. Then parents, they'll ask if you have a parent. So this passenger did not board with any sibling, he did not board with any parent, so it's just only him or her. Then this is the ticket number that they used to book. This is the amount they paid. This is the cabin that they were in. I think we'll probably have to delete this one because it's not
That's true.
necessary and all that. So let's proceed. All the names are correct. I think all the names are okay now. We've done that. We are cleaning the data gradually. So then the next thing now is to check to see if we can analyze it, if we can look at this one, passenger fate. So if I am not here to tell you, please, I don't want to tell you to, who is this person? Kiki, please off your mic, Miss
Yes.
Kiki.
Okay.
Good. So if I am not here to tell you that, or if I didn't go back to check this thing, I will not even know that 0 means survived, those that survive, and 1 means those that died. You see? You see the explaining here. I need to come back here to check first if I will not know that 0 means dead and alive. So instead of my viewers or my audience will not even have access to the data set to go and check the data summary. So I need to put it at a glance. I want to tell them that 0 means survive instead of putting 0 and 1. Because when we plot this graph, 1 bar will be for those that survive, 1 bar will be for those that died, right? So that the name of that column, that bar, it should be dead. The other one should be alive, right? Instead of 0 and 1. So I don't want to have it like that. I just want to name it. So I'll come here and rename it. When you come here and you click on this 0, I want to rename this 0. So you can see where, if you come to your home tab, you can see replace. This thing is blocking my. You can see replace. You can see a lot of remove column, do this one, split column, group, and replace value. Look at where they say replace value. So I click first. Once I click, I go to replace value. If I click on it, then I can replace the value. All right. Excuse. Hello? Okay. So you can see that let me do it again for those that did not see what I did. If I click on this 0, if I click on this 1 now and click on that replace, it will be 1 that I want to replace. See 1 here. But if I click on 0, I want to replace. I click on replace. I want to replace this 0 with dead. Now it is giving me warning. Please give me a minute. Just 1 minute, please. Let me. Sorry, guys. I needed to handle something. Sorry. Can you hear me, please? Let me just round off. I think we'll just stop here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, 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 we can
Okay,
hear you,
yeah.
sir.
So that's something you will notice. I tried to change this thing and it's giving me warning. Look at the warning. It say enter a number value. So I'll cancel this. So the reason is because this column is what's the data type of this column? Who can help us?
Numbers
It is numbers. And dead is what? What is the type of dead?
is the
DEAD.
text.
Is text. So you cannot change number to text. So what I'll do is to first change this thing now to what? Text. Let's change this to text first. This is now text. So let's try to replace the 0. Then I click on replace. I click on type what I want to put there. So for 0, it is dead. Then I click OK. It now works. So it will change all the 0 to dead. Then obviously we are going to do the same thing for 1. So for 1, it is alive. So I'll call it alive.
Excuse me, I thought 0 is alive.
0 is dead now. 0 is dead. Then 1 is
Okay.
alive. So this is
Okay.
better now. So this is better now. It means without me being there, any person can see that this person died, this person is alive. So that is it. Then this one, class, like I have to explain to people that 1 means first class, 2 means second class, third, it doesn't make sense. So let's change it also. Third, let's try to do that. Third means what? Third class. So I come here and write third. So I am sure that this is also not going to work because we did not change the data type. So, but let's try. It's giving us warning that it cannot work. So first we'll have to change the column to text. Then we'll change it. Then click here, go to replace. Then this is dot class. Anywhere you see 3, it means dot class. Then okay. Changes that. Then 2 means second class. I just come here, change it to second. Second. Then okay it. Then 1 means first. Then I'll just change it to 1. And then okay it. And good. So this is good. What else? Come here. Female and male is okay. Age is okay. Siblings. So these people now, we just want to have passengers, family size. We want to have something like family size. This column is telling us if they have a sibling with them. This one is telling us if they have a parent with them. So this person came alone. This person did not have a sibling. This person did not have a parent. But this person came with a sibling. This person came with parent or child, no parent or child. This person came with one sibling. This person came with one parent or child. So the total family size of this person that died in that crash, just like that last Indian airplane that crashed, we saw a family or a man that was working in London that went to bring the wife, who is a doctor. The wife and the 3 kids, all of them died. So that's how they were able to know, because they checked the passenger is it menu you called it, the passenger, whatever, and they saw that the man boarded that flight with the wife and 3 child. That is the family size of that man is what? The man, the wife, and 3 children. That is 5. So
5.
good. So the family size of this person now that came with 1 child and 1 parent, sorry, 1 sibling or child, and then 1 parent is what? 1, 2, plus the passenger himself. That is 3. The family size of this person is the person came with 1 sibling and 3 parent or child. So the family size is 1 plus 3 plus himself. That is 5. So we want to have one column that talks about family size instead of having them separately. So we just add a column. And to add a column, you just come here that says add column. You click on add column, see custom column. You want to add custom column, then it automatically brings this thing. You put the title of the column. So we want to call it family size. It will be family size. Good. Then what is going to be in that family size? This is where you now write the formula. It's just a simple formula. Already it has all the available column, all those columns in our table. It has all of them here. Look at them. So this is it. This one, we want to have this one. You just click on it. Then plus, you put your normal plus sign. Then plus this one. Okay. Then plus 1. That is the passenger himself. Plus 1. This is it. Do you understand what I did? I just added the sibling plus the parent or child plus the passenger. And if I click on OK, it automatically creates that column for me. So let's click OK. So you can see it has created a column for me, and also decided to give it a data type. And I'm sure the data type is wrong. Okay, now let's bring it close so that we can check. This is the family. Let's bring it here. So you can move any column to anywhere you want. I'll just come here, press and hold, then I'll move. Press, I'm still holding this thing. I'll bring it here and then I'll leave it. I want it to be here. That's moved to this place. So you can see this person does not have any sibling, no parent or child, just only him. So the family size of this person is 1. This person has 1 sibling, no parent or child. So that 1 sibling plus himself, this is 2. Do you understand the new column, please? Do you understand?
Yes, sir, we understand.
All right. So now that we have the family size, there's no point. We don't need these 2 columns anymore. So I can just delete it. To delete a column, you can just click on that column and just hit your delete button. Someone is asking a question. Yes, okay, good. So I'll just hit on it and then press on my delete key. That's one way of deleting. Or I'll come to my home tab. You can see remove column here. I'll click on the remove column. It is gone. All right, so I want to undo. See, look at that, our applied step. It's everything we are doing is recording it step by step. Every single thing we do. When we rename the columns, when we change data type, when we replace value, when we replace value again, we change data type. See, we just removed column now, recorded it. I want to, maybe it was a mistake. I didn't want to remove that column. All I need to do to bring it back is just to come here and cancel. I'll click on this cancel. It has brought back the column that I removed. If I want to, this column that we created, this family size, look at it here. If I want to remove it, I'll just remove it. But let's not remove it. So I want to delete these 2 columns. So I want to delete them the same time instead of separately. I'll click my control after clicking this one, click this one. I selected the 2 together. And I'll come here to remove column. I'll select remove column. So the both columns has been removed. They are gone. So I think that's cool. So we now have the family size. What else do we need to do? I think everything here is good. So now our data is clean. Another thing is the name. Look at the name. This name is really not so good. See, the name is, so we want to split this name into first name and second name. See the way they even name it, Kelly, Mr. James. So this is, I'm assuming that this is the first name, this is the title, and this is the last name. This is the first name, this is the title, this is like to let us know if it's a male, if the person is married, or a male or a female. So we already have male and female here. So let's split this thing and have it as first name and second name. So I'll just come here. You can see split column. Let's look for where we have split column. We can see split column here, right? So if you click on this one, you're going to see options. What do you want to split by? So we know I think when we did our text function, we know what is delimiter, how to, split column by delimiter, by space, by comma, and all that. So let's apply that here. We can see if you come to split, it will ask you what do you want to split by. you choose whether by character, maybe we want to split by, if we want to use by character, we can say, okay, let's split by number of character, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can say this first 6 by the left, but it's going to work for only here. It won't work for all this other one because it's not the same number of characters. So let's just use, but let's look for what they have in common. All of them have comma. Sorry, they have a, yeah. Is this comma, right? This is comma, yeah. So each of the first name has comma after it. So let's split by comma. So come here, split column by delimiter. Then you can see you choose your comma. The delimiter I want to use is column. Is that in column or comma? It's comma now. So if it is by equal sign, it's by space and all that. So we want to delete from the leftmost delimiter from each column, from rightmost. So that is on our left. So we choose by left. Then we click on OK. It's going to automatically separate that one. So we can rename it to the first name. This is first name. Good. So we are done with this one. But this one is still having this funny looking name. So, and they have this thing by, they have dots, like this is a dot. So we want to bring out the last name as well. And then we split again. Let's go back to split. We're almost done. We'll close in the next 5 minutes. Let me just load this thing. Then we want to split by, what is common there is this dot, right? This full stop. So I want to split by full stop. So I'm going to come to delimiter. So we choose the delimiter. Is it column, comma? So there's no full stop here. So we're going to choose custom. And then here we're going to type in the custom. If it is this one, we're going to type it. If it is any one, but what we have there is full stop. So we'll put full stop here. And it's by the leftmost. Then we click OK. It will split it again. So now we don't need this one. It doesn't make any sense, Mrs. Since we already have, unless we can bring it to this part and call it title. Can call it the person's title. Then this is their this is their family name. Let's call it other names, yeah. Let's call it other names instead of their other name. So if it pleases you, to call the person Mrs. Kelly James, it doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to just delete this one. It doesn't make any sense. So this is Kelly James, male. I think this makes more sense. Our data is now clean to the best of my knowledge. Everything here is good. So the next thing we need to do is to load it into Power BI. It's been in Power Query since. We've been cleaning our data since the past 1 hour in Power Query. So now to load this is the load, close, and load. Now you have 3 options here. You can close and apply. It means you want to close and load it onto Power BI. You can apply. It means you just want to apply without loading it on Power BI. Close. It means you just want to close it without. So most of the time, this is the one you use because of obviously you want to close Power Query and apply what everything you've done on your Power BI. So I'll click this first one. Once you click it, then you wait. It is now loading. Look at it loading in our Power BI. Let me go to Power BI because I'm somewhere else. This is Power BI. It is loading, so it's going to take a little while to apply everything we've done. I'm not even in Power BI. This is Power BI. Okay, good. It has loaded. Everything has loaded. Let me go to Power BI. I don't know why I went out. Okay, good. So after loading, you can see our data is now here in our data set. So if you open it, you can see all the columns, all of them. So this is now where you know those columns that has whole number, all the column that has whole number. What does whole number or floating number or decimal number mean? It simply means you can perform aggregations on them. That's why you have this sign here. It means you can perform calculation on these columns. You can get total age, you can get average age, maximum age, all of those. You can also the price. This one is money. You can calculate total amount that was recovered, total amount that was made from that trip. Total amount that they paid or something. Passenger ID. So this passenger ID, you cannot perform aggregation on it though, but we left it as has currency as whole number then. So it does because it's an ID and all that. So these are all those columns you can now start doing. So if you want to get like the total money that was realized, you can use our card. You can just bring in card and put in total money fare, all the fare here. So at a glance, you can see that the total money that was made is, it's still calculating, is 14.86K total sum and all that. So we're going to end here because of time and continue next time. So let's take questions. We have just 5 minutes to go. Let's take questions before we go. Should I go back to the Power Query so that you can ask your questions there? I think that's majorly what we did today. If you have questions, please, you can ask. Is there any question? Do you understand everything we did?
Yes, sir, it was understood.
Okay, now remember the ETL process. So you can see how we loaded the data. Loading means we loaded, sorry, ETL. ETL means extract. E means extract, T means transform, L means load. So you can see how we extracted the data from where? Where did we extract the data from? Who can remind us?
From Kaggle.
Exactly. So
Kaggle.
we extracted the data from online. Then we loaded, we transformed it. It was so dirty. Then we transformed it by doing all of this cleaning that we did. That is what we call transformation. You transform the data. Then what did we do last? We loaded it onto our Power BI. So anytime you hear ETL, don't get scared, don't get intimidated. It simply means this thing that we've done now. So in most of your when you see job postings, many of them will tell you we need someone that have experience with ETL. This is exactly what they are talking about. That's no big deal, no different. So your assignment is to go to Kaggle, get the same data that we used, and do exactly what we've done and submit in the group. We want to see how are we even going to submit it? Okay, we want to see your finished work like this. Just when you finish, screenshot this thing and just upload. Yeah, screenshot just your data here. Well, this data part
Okay,
is where I
sir.
want to see. So screenshot is,
Okay, sir.
and I don't want you to use this my own passenger feeds. You have to think of your own, the appropriate name for that particular column. I don't believe in this passenger feed. That's the name. Get your own personal name and then upload it, please. We should submit it before on Friday. Yeah, Friday by 12 is the last date. Just screenshot here and submit.
Okay,
So I
thank you,
think
sir.
we'll call it a night. If there are no questions, I'll stop sharing now. All right, see you all on Saturday. Good night. Bye.